Do I really want to work at a FAANG or MANG company? Or is it what I'm programmed to think based on what I see people online saying how amazing it is? These are the most amazing companies to work for. You're only successful if you work for one of these companies. This is something I've been thinking about recently as I've been getting so many questions about why don't you work at a FAANG company? Why don't you go work at Facebook? Or why don't you work at Netflix or Google? And it really surprised me at first how many questions I was getting related to this, because it's not something I had even really put much thought to, and to have so many people be so passionately asking me this really got me thinking. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on working at a FAANG company or MANG. For this video, we're just gonna say FAANG to keep it simple. But before we dive into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tech and coding related videos. Give this video a thumbs up, and also leave in the comments other tech or coding or career or personal. Just let me know what videos you wanna see. Okay, let's get started. Also, I want to say a huge shout out to Formation.dev for sponsoring this video. If you are a junior to mid-level engineer who wants to find a job at a FAANG level top tier company, their fellowship program is meant for you. Formation has a really unique program that's recently helped engineers land roles at Facebook, Google, Twitch, Lyft, Airbnb, and many of the top companies in Silicon Valley. And one thing I really like about Formation, and I thought was really interesting, is it was founded by staff-level engineers from both Facebook and Nextdoor who have interviewed thousands and thousands of different candidates and wanted to make that process better. You can apply directly on their website at formation.dev for this fellowship and get set up with a training plan that is personalized to you for your specific skills gaps, direct mentorship from super senior engineers, and referrals directly into top companies in the industry. That's pretty amazing. And one thing I'm really excited about is to hear directly from the CEO of Formation, Sophie.
Hi, my name is Sophie, and I founded Formation after years of interviewing just hundreds of engineers at Facebook and Nextdoor. And after years of mentoring people trying to bridge the gap, I learned that people did not need access to any more instruction. You know, the internet has made it such that people have virtually unlimited access to material online, and the overwhelming amount of it is actually making it such that people just have no idea what they should be studying or how good they need to be at what topics. And what people need is not just more videos or more leak code, but rather access to real practice opportunities where they can practice solving algorithms and talking through system design decisions and get feedback on how they are performing. And so we designed the entire fellowship around this model of unlimited practice and feedback directly from current engineers at the world's top tech companies. You know, technology is having a game-changing impact across almost every industry. And it is my hope that, you know, if you're ambitious about making a positive impact on the world, that there is a pathway into the tech industry for you.
I remember when I was first starting out in the tech industry, I often would think that working at these companies was the end-all be-all, that if you work at one of these companies, one of these FAANG companies, you have made it. And my thought process on that, or my take on that, has definitely shifted a lot as I've grown throughout my experience in the tech industry. But before we even really dive into that, I want to kind of highlight that yes, there are some amazing perks that come alongside working at these companies. But as a side note to a side note, a lot of these perks come with working at a lot of other companies, but we really correlate them directly to FAANG companies, and that's fine. So today I want to share with you some of the pros and cons as someone who has been in the industry now for almost 5 years as a software developer and has worked at both a big company and a startup, have friends that work at FAANG companies, have friends that work at startups, and just what I've heard and where my thought process is on that. I've seen recently a ton of videos on this topic about do I want to work at a FAANG company, or videos really saying how amazing it is or how unamazing it is. And I really wanted to share my thoughts with you. So let's kind of take a second, step back and look at what are the benefits of working at a FAANG company. Well, for starters, pay. Usually working at a FAANG company results in high salary, high benefits, high stock, different kind of things like that. The entire package, oftentimes more than not, you are going to have a really cushy salary and I would say actually cushy full compensation, everything that comes with it. Another benefit of working at one of these companies is the side perks, from free gym memberships to gyms in the office to unlimited learning resources to these amazing mentors to just the potential of the perks is kind of all encompassing. Maybe it'd be free lunch, free snacks, free food, different things like that definitely make it really enjoyable. Another thing that I don't think is talked about enough at FAANG companies, and this is just from what I have heard from friends, as I mentioned, I don't work at a FAANG company, but there is this community. You're working with other amazing people and this sense of, especially when you're in office and you're meeting these other people and connecting with these other people, that you get that sense of community. Another thing with working at FAANG companies that is often spoken about is career growth. Yes, working at a FAANG company looks amazing on your resume. It really helps you whether you leave a FAANG company to start your own company or move to another company. That kind of, what is it, clout? Is that what it's called? Is that what the young kids are calling it nowadays? That being able to have that on a resume will really help you and elevate you in your career journey. Okay, so those are just some of the perks of working at a FAANG company. But my question to you is, and something that I've been wondering is, can't you get that at other companies? Can't you get paid well? Can't you get that sense of community, that learning growth? Can't you get all of those? Maybe some are more than others. For example, maybe pay isn't quite as high as working at a FAANG company as it is at some other companies, or maybe that career growth or career trajectory isn't quite as high, but is it really just only these few companies that offer that? And that is why I was always so hesitant when people asked me about what company is my dream company, or what company in FAANG do I really want to work for, or will I make a switch to a FAANG company? And my answer is, for me, it's not about what company I work for, it's about aligning myself and my values to a company who has very similar values as well. Now, is there ever going to be a company that is totally aligned? More often than not, no. But overall, things that are important to me, for example, are flexibility, good pay, good community, learning growth, being able to grow my career, taking on new challenges, feeling like I have mentorship and support. So these are all things I just said FAANG has to offer. But I also know from my experience that these are all things that a ton of other companies have to offer as well, which I think is really exciting because it means that you're not limited to 5 companies or a few companies in order to get these things. So here's my takeaway after kind of my summary or my takeaway out of all of this, which is, do I want to work at a FAANG company? I'm neutral. I don't have a yes or no. I absolutely love where I'm at now and what I am doing now. And it's not something that I strive towards, but rather I strive towards just continuing to have my values and my things that are important to me met, which they are, and that's kind of where I'm at. So I don't want to say a yes or a no, but I want to say having that specific company on my resume is completely unimportant to me. And actually, one thing I often see, well, not often, but I see some friends or some ex-colleagues or anything like that, and I caution to be aware of, is too many people align their full identity with where they work. And oftentimes this is elevated when you work at a very popular company. It's something that you should definitely be proud of and, let the world know of, but there comes a very fine line when it becomes a little too much. And I've definitely had friends who just they align their entire identity with where they work. And I think it can be easy in turn to get lost in that context then and not really know what are your values, your specific things that you find important, different things like that, but rather focusing more so on what the company finds important, only spending time with people in the company. And that can be a very slippery slope. So I do feel back in the day, maybe I need a a cane or something back in the day when I was young. No, but back in the day, FAANG companies were the standard. They had a ton of amazing perks that other tech companies did not offer at the very beginning. But do I feel like that is how it is today? Absolutely not. And I really feel like people should set their goals rather on working for an amazing company that meets their values versus working for a company just because they heard it's really cool to do so. And there are so many amazing companies that are focusing on really interesting technologies that are not part of FAANG. I know there are amazing companies working on blockchain, Web3, the cloud, different things like that. And that's so exciting. And they have so much to offer as well. The summary of this video, I would say, is really focus on aligning or finding a company that aligns with what is important to you versus finding a company that is a FAANG company just to put it on your resume, just to say you have done so. Okay. I'm glad I got that off my back. This is a topic I really wanted to talk about for a while because I can't even tell you how many DMs I get a day about, do you want to work at a FAANG company? And it really took me off guard at first. So that is my take on it. I hope let me know your thoughts though. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know where you're at. If you haven't already though, make sure to click on the link in the description to check out Formation. They will literally change your career and in turn your life through your career. So make sure to check them out. They have an incredible program and a lot to offer. Thank you for watching and I'll see you all soon. Thanks everyone.